Okay, hello everyone. So this is the follow-up part from in this series regarding this book, You Incorporated by Ines Temple, and the main bottom line of this book is that your career is your business, be it employment or be it self-employment. So in this particular video, we are going to discuss how and what are the different options through which the employability raises your chances of getting a much better job or a better opportunity in the target market. Okay, so if you are highly employable, now I'm going to put it first. I'm going to put two case scenarios in front of you, and then we are going to proceed further. Okay, so in case, for example, if you are a highly employable person, okay, and for those who are watching this video straight up and have not watched the previous couple of videos, I would recommend you to start from the first video of this series, in which I have discussed this book, its overview, kind of an overview, and the first chapter, and then in the video just before this particular video, I have explained what is the term employability. Okay, so so there are two scenarios I would like to put in front of you. The scenario number one is that you are a highly employable person. Okay, so what happens in that case if you stay in the same company? If you stay in the same company in which you are already highly employable, then the main fruit, the main you can say the output of that particular point is that you will get promoted, and the others don't, considering you have the most uh, high employability levels as compared to your competitors in the same company. And this particular point I'm talking from the point of view of your management. Okay, so in case, for example, if you think that you are better than others and you are the most highly employable person in as compared to your competitors in the company, then your management might have a different point of view. Okay, so I will discuss that particular point, that how to know that, how to to know that your management also thinks of you in the same particular way as you are thinking of yourself right now. And we will discuss it later on in this series. But today, the first point of view is that if you're a highly employable person and you are working in the same company, then you have the most chances to get promoted. Okay, and the worst case scenario, if we consider of this, keeping in the high employability level factor constant, then you can say the worst case scenario in this case would be when in case there might some restructuring be going on in your company, or your company might have to fire some people in order to increase their profitability margins and so on, then you might be the last person they have to fire. Okay, so you're not going to get fired because you are highly employable and you are adding the most value to your employer's business. Okay, and in this was the point that we were talking. If you are working in the same company, if you're working in a company, for example, if you are searching out of your company for a better opportunity, okay, then the best case scenario is that you will get a job which is much better than the previous job. Okay, and if you have a high employability level, you have much more better skills, you are adding the most value, and so on and so forth, then you might get a much better opportunity outside of your company rather than in the company. Okay, and in case you have not a good employability level and you have one of the lowest employability levels, then you will get a then might not be able to secure a job for yourself, okay, if your current company fires you, okay. And or in this particular category, if you might be able to secure might be able to secure a job for yourself, it may not be the best job that you the job that you have dreamt of, okay. So it might be a job that you are not willing to do, but you have no option, okay. So these are the consequences of having a low employability level. Okay, one more thing while I'm proceeding with this particular video series is that I am keeping nepotism and these kind of things in which a manager promotes his some relative or some kind of more associated, closely associated friend to a management position and not you, despite you having high level of employability. I'm not going to discuss those sort of things, okay. And yeah, these are realities of professional life, and life is not fair, to be honest. But I'm going to discuss on I'm only going to discuss the things that are from a merit point of view, okay. So there is a particular quote from this book that I would like to discuss here, is which is, just a minute, yeah. Okay, so here the author argues that those who usually leave soonest a company are typically the most employable because they have better opportunity for quick relocation. These individuals will not put up with any kind of mistreatment. Instead, they will leave in search of better opportunities, more challenges, and more recognition. So, a point here, when I first read this particular point, I thought about it for a moment, that what is the particular argument author is trying to present here in front of its readers, is that the sooner you leave a company, the more employable basically you are, because you are a quick learner. The previous things, you might get bored of the previous things, and they might get because after a certain point every job gets a bit of repetitive, except a few jobs where you have to deal with every new scenario each and every year, and so on and so forth. But there is an argument that is presented by the author in this particular subchapter, that one can also estimate a person's employability level, is that how long he or she is staying in the company, okay, working for that particular company over and over, for a long period of time or for a short period of time, okay. Because there are some particular traits associated with people with high employability levels, okay. So they have their own goals. They don't for example, there are some people who set their own goals, who don't care about what is company going to do in the next year, or the year after that year, etc. They have their own goal. They have their own financial goals. They have their own goals, skill set wise, experience wise. They have predefined everything for themselves, that by this time I should be here, by this time I should be here, by this time I should be here. And they are not looking up to their manager or their company's director in order to give them the promotion that they want, or in order to give them the increment that they want, or the bonus that they want. They are going to plan. These are kind of people who have their own plans, who always have their own plans, who always have plan B. For example, if the management side of things didn't go well as they expected, or they didn't get the promotion which they deserved rightly, in just to give an example, they will definitely have a plan B for that, okay. So these I'm just discussing some of the traits that very quite high employable people usually have, okay. On the other hand, the people with low employability level, they seek comfort they seek comfort, they seek monotonous work, repetitive work. They love to do it. They love to keep doing it because they don't have any goal in life. They don't want to they don't want to become a team lead. They don't want to have an adventure in their career in order to some sort of any kind of adventure, like leading a team of 5 people for the first time, for the of the 10 people for the first time. They are not interested in those kind of things. They are treating their job as a typical job, and the highly employable person is not treating their job as only an 8-hour shift. They are treating their job as a business, full-time business. So these are the differences between of the personality traits between these two people, these two kind of people. Okay, so after that, consistently working on your employability will be of little use within the company, but it will have great results if you decide to switch. Okay, so if you are consistently working on your employability levels, like you are learning all the latest skills, you are attending all the latest webinars on the latest finance acts, etc., and anything that might be relevant to your specific industry of engineering, of chemicals, of textiles and all, etc., what is all those kind of things, you are attending all those workshops, those seminars, you are getting all the certifications, etc., latest certifications. Those might not be applicable in your current company, but these will get for sure, they are invaluable in case you decide to switch, because these sort of trainings and these sort of workshops are actually intrinsically increasing your market value, because the skills that you are learning have demand in the market, but not in your but not currently in your company. That's a separate point of view, but these are basically raising your market value, and you will get to know that, you will get to in accounting we say realize that when you switch jobs. Okay, so this is a long game, basically working on your employability. The next point is, the more you contribute to a company's value, the more power you have to negotiate in good faith when reviewing our employment status, because the employer would hate to see you go. Okay, so this is my first hand experience. Like if when I am adding the most value in a company's profits, in a company's services to their clients, etc., then the last thing they would like to see in their company happening is leaving their most trustful and most profitable resource, the company. Okay, and they will try their best to pitch him or her the most lucrative offer, the most lucrative increment, etc., and all. But everyone has its own plans, so that all depends. But the point here is that the higher value you are adding in your company's clients, and more straightforward speaking, to their profits, your company's profits, the more you can say, what is that particular word, the more leverage you have over your employer in getting the negotiations done in your favor rather than the company's. Okay, and this is obviously vice versa for a person who has low employability levels. And the another point here is that so how to keep your employability levels consistently high. So this is a question, that how to keep your employability levels consistently high. The long answer is that we are going to discuss it in the next videos and in our upcoming videos. Short answer for now is that to maintain a positive attitude, to maintain your reputation as an excellent service provider and driver of the results. Okay, after that, the last point of this video is that you might have a question in your mind after listening to all of my points, are that if you plan to stay in the same company, okay, but you are working on your employability levels at the same time, so you might have a question for me, that why do I need to work that hard, and why do I need to go out of my way in order to sustain or to increase my level of employability, despite if I plan to keep myself to get employed with the same company over the next 2 to 3 or 4 years. Then my answer to that will be, even if you provide the best service or add the most value to your current company, you still might find yourself out of job in case the company you are working for gets acquired by another company. Okay, so these are the some different scenarios. Okay, like in case, for example, if you are working in a company which gets acquired by another company, then maybe that particular company's management take over also, and they fire the current employees of the company which gets taken over by the acquirer. Okay, that is a scenario. That situation might due to that particular situation, you may find yourself out of job. Okay, and after that, there are some scenarios that I have just written to give you an example. Like, for example, your company gets merged with another company, and there might be some restructuring which is not in your right, and your particular company undergo various major technological changes. Okay, due to which they don't need that level of staff anymore. So this could be one of the reasons. And your company's owner gets changed, due to which, as I discussed in the previous chapter, chapter number 1, while discussing this book, was when a high-level C-suite executives comes to take over responsibilities in a particular company, then that individual is more likely to get his own team on the board, and rather than working with the older team, and the older team is most likely to get fired. Okay, so these kind of scenarios, and companies' nature of business change, companies' visions and goals which they decided at the time of incorporation, they change. The company's board of directors may decide to dismantle and to discontinue basically that particular segment in which you are working of the company. It can be textile, it can be chemicals, it can be oil, it can be gas, it can be any kind of thing, any kind of possibility could happen. So in order to secure yourself, I think the best people, the fittest people among all these situations that I just mentioned, are those who are consistently working on themselves, regardless of they are in the same company. Okay, and they have just a habit of improving themselves one day at a time. So these kind of people will get the best jobs. When they will get fired due to these situations that I just mentioned, they will get the best jobs in the industry, and the delayering effect might have the minimal effect on them. Okay, and the most effect on the people who did not try to improve themselves over a period of time when they stayed in the company. Okay, so these were all the points that I intended to discuss in this particular video. Thank you very much for your time, and I will see you in the next one.